Alright, so I just want to make this video just to talk about Black Bolt and White Flare. And the question for me personally is whether or not this will have the same hype as Prismatic Evolutions. Now I know obviously Prismatic Evolutions is a complete different beast to any Pokemon TCG set, considering how much the total value is in that set. Obviously the Umbreon's just gonna make it more desirable regardless. It's almost like gambling in my opinion. I'd say Prismatic Evolutions is gambling. But with Black Bolt and White Flare, this is also a specialty set, so we're not going to be seeing boost boxes. It's just ETBs and all the other little bits. And the question is whether or not, based on what we've seen, and obviously the Japanese set's already out, it's going to be the same as the English sets, I believe. So yeah, is it going to be like as desirable? Because this set is a complete like new concept. Where it's every single Pokemon, it's all based on the Unova region Generation 5. I know we've had that for 151, but the uniqueness to this set is that every single card has an AR in it, and an illustration rare. And we've also got these special cards as well that are inside. So I believe these are like the secret rares. And the Zekrom and the Reshiram, which honestly I think they've done like a little test, or not test, like a what's the most expensive card in Japanese sets, and I believe these two cards are the ones that are the most expensive so far. So yeah, will it keep the same hype in English? My honest opinion, I think yes. We're past now the trainers Pokemon, and we're now just sticking to Pokemon now, which I think is, honestly, I much prefer it with just the Pokemon. As you can see, we've got the Genesect X. A lot of these artworks have been like they've been updated with better quality pictures, which is great. But yeah, we're moving on with trainers Pokemon now. So yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to be bringing that back anytime soon. Probably not. I think it was just a test for pretty much 2 sets, and that was it. So that was just what, Journey Together and Destined Marvels, and now we're back onto regular Pokemon. Unless Megas comes with trainers, I'm not really sure. But we'll have to figure it out in the future. But like I said, we've got so many good cards. Like I said, another thing to also consider about this set is like whether or not the pull rates are going to be just as good. I know in Japanese you are guaranteed a certain amount of cards, so, and I believe that's always been the case. Within the English sets, it's all completely randomized. You could get nothing, you could get a lot, but some cards I haven't even seen yet. I mean, look at this. This is the Badoo. It looks pretty cool. Is it Badoo? I forget what the name. Scubchew says at the bottom. But yeah, they've all been revealed now, which is pretty cool. Some of these I hadn't seen before, and yeah, honestly, I just think it's really good. Also, like I said, another cool thing about this set is that it's split. Now, if you don't know what I mean by that, is basically Black Bolt has certain cards, and White Flare also has certain cards. So if you want a master set, you need to do both at the same time. It's giving me like TCG Pocket vibes, because I believe there's like some of the brand new sets on TCG Pocket. You have the 2 separate packs. So they're essentially doing it in like the actual like TCG form, which is, you know, pretty interesting. It's going to be more difficult to try and collect certain cards if you are just pulling for chases and like just pulling the cards in general instead of purchasing the cards separately. And to be fair, master set in this is going to be very difficult just because of how many cards there is, because you also got to consider the fact that this set also has Pokeballs, Master Balls, regulars, reverse hollows, etc. Like there's so many duplicates for like each of the regular cards. It's ridiculous how many cards there's going to be in a set. But like I said, yeah, I really like the Axew. Axew looks pretty cool. The Haxorus looks pretty cool, and the Flaxure. Like some of these cards are so nice, honestly. Like I just think based on like the fact that there's like an illustration rare on each of these, it makes the set more desirable. I just think it's really, really cool. And whether or not the pull rates on English are going to be like that's the whole idea. We've got to figure out basically, are the pull rates going to be good? Is it going to be Crown Zenith's kind of pull rates, or is it going to be Prismatic pull rates? I have this bad feeling that it's going to be Prismatic because of the way they've introduced these Pokeballs and Master Balls. Because I think for English, it's like you're counting those as like hits as well. Like Master Ball is a hit, right? Pokeball could be considered a hit. Because I think in Prismatic, it was quite difficult to even get a Pokeball, let alone a Master Ball. So with the incorporations of like every Pokemon getting an illustration rare, plus you got the Pokeballs, the illustrations, the Master Balls, the secret rares, all sorts. I feel like the set's going to be so difficult to get. I feel like people are going to be very surprised as to what, how difficult this is going to be to like get good cards. And when I say good cards, I mean basically like getting illustration rares like consistently. Is it going to be like Crown Zenith, or is it not? If it was like Crown Zenith, they would not have incorporated like Pokeball, Master Balls. I feel like if there wasn't Pokeball, Master Balls, I feel like obviously the hit rares for the illustration rares would be a lot more desirable, or more higher in my opinion. And let's just go back to this. Zekrom looks so cool now. I get to see it in like fully person. It's very hard to see in Bleb, but I get to see it in like full form. This looks really cool. Oh, and if you didn't know, Zekrom is based off the current name on the Pokemon channel, Zek. I kind of like split it in half. So I refer to myself as Zek. But it's based off Zekrom, which is pretty cool. But I will say this, Reshiram is my favorite, in my opinion. Reshiram is my favorite. But yeah, this is, like I said, they've split the sets, like I said, with like almost like TCG pockets. So like if you want to get white flare packs, you're gonna, if you want a certain type of Pokemon, you wanna get like for me example, I like the Zoroark. If it's here, I believe this is in the white flare. This looks cool. I dig this a lot. I think this is cool. I need to start collecting like Zoroark cards. I do want that end Zoroark, but I just haven't gotten around to it. And I really like this Druggadon. I just think it looks cool. But yeah, if I had to choose a set that I want to go for, I'd definitely be the Reshiram side, because this card looks gorgeous. I'm sorry. Like, so many of my friends have been saying, like, what is this? The little penis? The fluff ball on the bottom? Like, it just looks so much more out there in the EX form than it is like on the regular ones, because you can't really see it as much on here. You know what I mean? But like, the Reshi penis. I don't get it. But yeah, I guess Pokemon was horny back then. Anyway, like I said, pull rates, are they going to be... I have this bad feeling. Pull rates might be really difficult. And especially with the fact that I believe PokeBeach did do an article saying that this set is going to be the most underprinted set just because of the times. You got to base it on the times of the prints. I think this might be the most... underprinted set. So when it comes to English, oh my god, it's gonna be a bloodbath. If I had to guess, it's gonna be a big bloodbath when it comes to this. This releases next month as well. It's like 16th of July or something, which is interesting. But yeah, like I said, let's take a look at what people are saying. This is very exciting for black and white fans like me, but terrible for someone who collects all secret rares like me. I think that's just terrible for anyone, really, that wants to collect cards, because there's so many cards to go for. Oh my god, that Reshiram SAR, that's how I feel. It's so good. It's so good. But like I said, guys, let me know what you think. Do you think this will be a Crown Zenith set where it's decently good pull rates, or are we going back to Prismatic again? And are Pokemon trying to make this more of like a gambling type of game where they just want people to buy more packs? Because I feel like they're doing it pretty well with the Prismatic. They know the hype for Prismatic. They want to try and replicate that same hype on like the other sets. Like, I could see Pokemon doing that. But yeah, I think this is great. I hope they incorporate this like particular set style again in like the next specialty set. The next specialty set will be the 30th anniversary, I believe. But after that one, my fingers are crossed. Please do Gen 3, please do a Generation 3, because Generation 3 did introduce the Megas, because it was the Mega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I believe that's when Megas were introduced. So yeah, that would be a great timing to, do a Generation 3 specialty sets with all the Pokemon with the special illustration rares. The illustration rares, I want my boy Flygon, give him a special illustration rare. He deserves it. I'm telling you. And like, yeah, a Rayquaza, a Kyogre, a Groundon card. You know, the Reggies, is Jirachi in, no, Jirachi, is Jirachi in Gen 3? Deoxys is, I know that is. And then you've got the Salamence, like I said, Flygon, the Latias, the Latios. Yeah, I think Gen 3 would be the perfect specialty set to do with this again. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll catch you in another video.